it's not so good master. Actually, I'm not even a master. I'm just a normal dude who plays on chess.com. And today I'm here to teach you about chess puzzles. So one thing to look out for chess puzzles is what your pieces are being threatened by. Now, as you can see, you might be thinking, bro, there's a pawn threatening my bishop. I should worry about this. It's like a death thing. It's like should be red. And they got a queen around your king. It's blocking these squares. So that's not great, you know. It does have you in a box, but you also have their king in a small box. Which isn't always. I mean, which also, if the box is literally, honestly, if you have a box bigger than this and it's not the end game, it's useless. But another thing we can notice is we should also always look for checks like baby this checks, captures, and threats. So you can threaten to capture a piece, check them, or literally just capture a piece. Obviously the most forcing is a check because they're forced to move, but you also need to check out what can fight back, and we will want to either checkmate the king mostly in these puzzles or win material. So obviously, if you look over here, obviously it tells you what you're trying to do, find a checkmate ending. If you guys play chess a lot, you might be screaming. Actually, if you guys don't play chess, look away and stuff. But just saying, if you guys play chess a lot, you'll probably be screaming, go to G2. I know. But this is for those who don't play chess that much. So actually, let me wipe that, and people who don't play chess, you can look back now. So as we are saying, obviously bishops line up in diagonals, like this, right? You might think this bishop's a little trapped and doesn't have much room to go. Obviously the queen attacks all these squares and is protecting that bishop pawn. So just saying, one thing you should know of is a bishop has let's say points, okay? This guy is 3 points. If you capture him, you get 3 points. Capture this guy, you get 9 points. Capture this guy, 1 point. A rook, that's 5 points. There's also a knight, which is the same as this, 3 points. So obviously this is 1 point and 3 points, and it's protected without any more attacks on it, right? So that means if I capture this, then they'll capture back, right? So let me just show you what happens when I capture.
Now I can pin your piece and win material.
Also, just saying, he doesn't even have to just capture back. He could just do this. Pin your queen to the king, which, by the way, if you don't know what that means, it means because a rook is here. Let's say the rook is here. It goes like this, right? That means if you move your queen away, this gets checked. So you cannot move anywhere except here. So, right, if this happens, your best move would be to capture right here. I just reset it, sorry. To capture right here, but then they just run material, because this is 9 and this 5. So they win by +3 materials. Now that we're talking about that, a thing you should always look out for while playing chess puzzles, or just chess in general, because chess puzzles are to help with your chess, is to try to find anything on a line. Not like this, okay? Not 2 pawns. Actually, that is really powerful when you have a pawn chain. This pawn protects that. That's a pretty powerful thing. But something else you should look out for is, like, let's say you have a rook here and a queen here, which you do, then that's a really strong battery. And right now we do have an actual battery. A queen and a bishop. A bishop is protecting this, and this is protecting this. Also, when a bishop is protecting this piece, which means this piece can freely move here, and can freely move here, and the only piece that can eat it is the rook, not the king, because if the king eats it, then we eat it with the bishop, and that's illegal. However, another move that you might be able to see is here. Queen to G2. By the way, this is all from A to H and 1 to 8, so that you can like just say queen to G2 and then stuff like that. Another thing you should watch out for is when you can put the queen right here with protection on it, and there's nothing that can attack the square. Because that would be mate. Also has to be on the edge of the board, by the way. Because that would be mate. Because queen attacks here, here, here. Here and here. So that'd be mate. So you could just put your queen slide right over here.
Great stuff.
And checkmate the enemy. Genius. Now let's move on to
Think about checkmate.
As you can see, we should always think what they do. Right now you can see the queen just ate my pawn. As you can see, we are looking for checkmate, but we don't always know. So let's see what we are trying to do instead. Another thing you should look out for is in endgames. This is actually an endgame. So endgame is where like there's like low pieces and pawns. There's pawns. In endgames, what you're trying to do is either checkmate the king, like you could just like check it and then somehow checkmate it somehow, or you want to, well, get a pawn promoted so that you can use your new queen and checkmate them. First, let's do a material count. A material count is see how much more points we have and they have. Now, you might just say, hey, we could just be like, we have pawn, 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 and then we just remove the ones we already have or something. Well, that's really inefficient, so you could just count the ones that we have and subtract them against each other. So look, pawn, 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 rook, rook, king, king. So what we have is a rook against the queen, which resulting in they have 4 more points than us, which is not a great thing. But by the way, in case you don't know, kings cannot touch each other. So right now, I cannot move here, and the king can't move here, here. So see, when I click it, the only place it can move here is here. Because also, just saying, their pawn moves can attack these squares, and our pawn can attack these squares. Also, their queen's cutting off this, so the only place you can go is eat that. You'll be like, hey, that's a great idea. I mean, we're winning some material back, so it's good, right? But the only bad part about this is they're already up by 4 points. So when you do this, you'll still only be up by 3 points still. And following this, they'll probably win because they have more material than you, a queen, and they are in an attacking position against you. So now let's look at the thing I talked about again. Captures, like these, threats to capture, like these, and checks, like these. Now, then again, what did I say before? Kings cannot touch each other, resulting in what? These 3 squares are off limits to their king and our king. But let's look at how we can checkmate him, hopefully. Resulting in these 2 are his last 2 squares. So if we have something just be able to like check all the way across the whole line, that'd be mate. And what can? A rook or a queen, but we don't have a queen, so yeah. So we could just put it right here. Actually, that wouldn't be mate. They do that, but you just take it and that'd still be mate. So you can do this. By the way, this blocks all of this for now. So this, now he has to do that. It's a forced move. And now you take.
That's right. Well played.
Now this next one.
You can play checkmate soon. Do you see how?
See. Just saying, you're trying to look at checkmate, but like, pretend you didn't see this, okay? And by the way, just try yourself. I'm not gonna talk for the next 30 seconds, and then you can pause the video, start researching, and I'm just not gonna talk, okay? Now, go. Okay, I know it's not been 30 seconds yet, but like honestly, it's already it's like because you guys had enough time to pause it in the meantime. So another thing to look out for is wow, you guys probably might have even seen this. A lot of you. Some of you might be focused on these pawns and say, "Her, we got a lot of pawns. This might be an end game. We should probably focus on promoting our pawns," which honestly isn't a bad idea until you see their masses of pawns back. It's not ideal when they have a giant amount of pawns, and you shouldn't focus on the pawns, especially when half of them are blocked, because these are pawn chains and like they're not great. So then again, let's see. They just moved their rook down, and you might be like, we could just have like a trade, a trade like that. So we traded. And another move you might think of is going like check. But after this move, and then this move, then they can take back with their king. And that's gonna be them winning material. A whole rook. Their whole rook up. Also, by the way, I forgot to mention this. Let's do a material count. This is practically the same. Pawn, 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 pawn. Actually, it is the same. I'm sorry. As you can see over here, it is literally the same formation, just on the other side. Pawn, two. So look, this one, 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 this one. Queen, queen, rook, rook, king, king. So yeah, that same material. So if you just sack both of your pieces, that's not going to be helping you. Especially you're probably going to win because they have the last actual mobile piece, a rook, which can just go bonk, 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 bonk. Sure, it's slow, but it's going to do the job. So yeah, I mean you only have one king left, and that's not going to be ideal. So a thing you should look out for. Battery. This means something. Wanna see this for a battery. When you have a queen and a rook, and they only have one defender on this line, this is something you can do. I mean, like if it's a rook, it just has to be a rook or a queen. If it's like a bishop, then you could just do that, and then that'd be me. Also, of course, they have to have these things here to block it from running away. When they have a queen coming down this way, think of it. Actually, maybe not. Actually, you know what? Forget what I said. But the thing is, if a rook cannot check. Actually, no piece can checkmate when it's not defended, unless the king cannot touch them in the square. How do we force it into that square? Well, as we talked about, this won't work. Anyway, that's going to be mate unless of that. So how do we force it? What is not in his range, but it's still a check. If you're thinking about Queen F2, genius move, that is correct. After this, as you can see, after you move Queen F2, King is forced into the corner, and as you can see, after this queen trade, you can drag your rook up the F file, take
Fantastic.
the queen, and that's going to be made. Now,
think about checkmate.
Do this problem yourself. Pause it, hurry up. I'm not going to wait that long. Actually, I'm going to drink water, and when I'm done, you guys better have paused this video. So if you haven't paused this yet, that's sad on you. So this is a totally different place, so let's see how we can make them. One thing, you want to know why they push this forward is because you can make them if they don't. I mean, they're going to do that, and then that's a mate. So they tried to do that and try to escape mate, but one thing they forgot was knights. Knights, I haven't told you how they jump yet. If you know this, then good. I mean, not God. Then good, because then you will be probably already knowing the answer to the puzzle. Because as you can see, knight jumps there, resulting in this square is a dead zone for the king. So even if it looks like he has an escape square, all you have to do is think this is, so let's just highlight all the places he can go to red. and well, the place he is on right now. Those squares I can't highlight because they're up there. So now let's cross out all the ones he can't go to. Well, these two are pawns, so immediate cross out. He just moved that pawn off of there, so you might think that would be also a red because he can move to it. Wrong, because now the knight moves here, resulting in untouchable. That's a dead zone. So these three are the last squares. So as we talked about, if we have something to like, just go like bam and then check it, resulting the whole eighth row you can't like live there if you're a king, then that'd be mate. So how do we do it? Well, we have a rook here and it does just the job. So let's do it. Bam. And of course his only move because he has to block, and that
You're
is
making
mate.
this look easy.
Perfect. Do this one yourself.
You have a
I'm gonna go
checkmating
drink some
idea.
water
Can you
again,
find it?
And if you haven't paused it yet, well, I don't know why you're not going to pause it unless you just don't know the answer. I gave you guys an extra long water break. Actually, I was the one drinking water, so let's think about what we can do here. Actually, remember, there's checks, captures, and darts. There's lots of checks. Check, 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 check. I mean, that just gets take. Actually, bro, wait, I have a question. Oh, I'm so sorry, bro. Guys, I forgot. Oh, for a minute. I am not black. I mean, I'm not white. I'm black. So like, we are moving these actually. So let's see how can we check mate this guy, because it literally says checkmating idea. Now because we have a queen, so that's all you can't live there basically. There's a lot of checks you can do like this, which is honestly not bad, I guess. Blocks off, well, I mean, let me just highlight all the squares again. Highlight. Well, right now these are, let me just highlight the ones he can't go to. Because these are like his own things, and then queen. So if you move here, I mean, that you can live there. If you do this, then these two are gone, and now he only has one left. And that'd be awesome if you had a bishop on the no, I'm joking. That's actually not gonna be awesome no matter what. So let's think of a different way to checkmate. This little king running away. So you could be like, we could do this. And actually, there's nothing wrong with it. Except for one thing. Also, do our pawns just... Okay, yes, they do. I was just checking. If you move here, obviously, you can't move here or here because then it just gets taken. If you move here, obviously, then he's going to be forced to go back here. Actually, he could just come down here, but he'd probably go back up here unless, because he's in a bad situation. Actually, he do this. I'm so sorry. Cause then you can't attack him anymore. And even if he so happily went here, then you'd go here, then all you could do would go here, and then when he comes down, you have to come down, and then he goes up, you go up, he goes down, you go down. So that's actually a draw, even though you might be like, but we're moving. How's this a draw? I mean, like, he can move. How is this a draw? Well, when you repeat the same position 3 times, it doesn't even have to be in a row, then it's a draw, which is a perpetual draw. So how do we checkmate this guy? Well,
Look for a way to check me with your
I
knight.
am going to give you a clue. You can use a knight. It's the knight. The first move is the knight. So you should literally just try to check him, honestly. because we're focusing on checks. This is a dead square, so guess where we're going? This is correct. They move here, and now this is me. I'm sorry, that's not me.
You spotted the solution. Excellent.
So yeah, that's the answer. You make there's a lot of things where you force them to run into this hot spot, then you make them. So like, that's why we did a night, and then they ran here because they wanted to get out. We checked them, they went back in, and then we checkmated them. Good job.
Find a way to end the game with a
Okay,
checkmate.
I'm gonna give you an extra water break. You guys are gonna be done. Okay, so no wonder you guys saw this battery. That's
You
me.
got
Good
it.
job,
Well
guys.
done.
Bye. Hope you learned some stuff.